The power of living in a community like Dallas Retirement Village is accentuated by the shelter-in-place world we are living in for a short time. When the power of community is taken away, we become painfully aware of its benefits. Reuben Welch was a chaplain at a college in Southern California. At the end of his book, We Really Do Need Each Other, he paints a picture of community so well, it's best described in his own words. At school a few years ago, there was a summer school course in group and interpersonal relations. About half a dozen students took the class, and at the end of it, they decided they wanted to do something together as kind of a closing to the class. You know, they had come to know each other and to share with each other and really be personal to each other and break down the walls and so forth. So they decided to get together and take a hike up to Henniger Flats. Now, Henniger Flats is about 3.5 miles up the side of a mountain behind the campus, and it takes about 1.5 hours for anyone to make the hike. So they set the day, and they made the sandwiches, and they made the chocolate, and they brought the cold drinks, and the backpacks, and they all gathered for the safari as they started up the mountain together. But it wasn't long until the strong, stalwart ones were up in front, and the other ones were back in the middle, and way back at the end of the line was a girl named Jane, who was, you might say, out of shape. At the front of it was Don, a big, strong former paratrooper. He and some others, the strong ones, were up in front, and the weak ones were in back, and way back was Jane. And Don said, it was he who told me the story, he looked back a couple of switchbacks and saw Jane, and the Lord told him that he had just better go back and walk with her. That was kind of hard for Don, because he had a need to be first. But when he went down and started walking with Jane, and the people in the level above called down, "Come on up! It's great up here!" And Jane yelled, "I don't think I can make it." And they hollered, "Yeah, you can! Try harder! Come on up!" And every time they called to her, down went her sense of value. "I can't make it." "Oh yeah, you can, come on." So the strong went on ahead, and there was Jane, and she never made it to the top. Now look at what you have. You have a group, we know each other, we like each other, and we want to do this together. But before long, you have divided into the strong and the weak, the haves and the have-nots, and the ables and the unables. So what had started out as a group has now become a fragmented collection. And so the strong say, "You can do it!" And the weak say, "No, we can't." And the strong say, "Try harder," which is a big help. Thankfully, that's not the last chapter. They must have learned something from their lessons, because they decided that was not the way to end the fellowship of that class. And they got together and decided to do it again. But they made some new rules. It was everybody going or nobody going. They were all going together. So they set the day and made the sandwiches and made the chocolate and brought the cold drinks and the backpacks, and they all gathered for the safari and started up the mountain. It took them 4 hours to make it to the top, and the water was gone, and the cold drinks were gone, and the sandwiches were gone, and the chocolate was all gone, and the backpacks were empty. But they all made it together. Let me share with you the thing that I think this real life parable has been saying to me. Christian fellowship is no place for get in or get out. It is get in, get in. And if you need to slow down, you slow down. That's why it's good for us to read scripture and sing hymns together. The slow folks have got to speed up, and the fast folks have got to slow down. And we have to do it together. I know, don't you, that it's God's intention that we should go together as a body. Great story. Someday, we will get back to the community that is easy to take for granted. I suggest that we treasure the values that we have lost for this short time as precious and dear things they truly are. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.